Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's just all excited about all this winning we've been doing. And no, I'm not trying to get you all whipped up to going out there to riot or whatever. Um, there's really not a lot of use in all that to do any of those kind of things. Yeah, I mean, you can protest and you can say, hey, it's not fair to be fired and all that. I get all that. I don't mean that. But I mean, what's going to actually change or make a change. Um, do I see the protest like getting Trump out of office? No, no, not at all. Um, do I see the protest um, like possibly sparking a civil war with his Jim Jones, lunatic following? Yeah, that I do. Um, the and I don't care why you voted for him, y'all. I'm not into that. I don't care. You could be a rapist, racist, bigot, hate whatever your ism. I mean, you could be the anarchist or whatever who just want to burn it to ash. Um, there was a lot more y'all than there was people who wanted to defend democracy and uphold the Constitution. Um, let's get this straight, because are y'all the ones that voted for Trump? Are you patriots? No, you are not. Trump is a treasonous traitor who stole and distributed classified, at minimum, I hate using that word because most people are illiterate to the understanding. Um, what Hillary Clinton had on her server, and am I a Hillary Clinton fan? Oh, fuck no. Let's get this straight right off the bat, okay? But what she had on her server had been wiped. It had been, like, deleted, wiped, but it doesn't go away. That's not how hard drives work, y'all. The information is always still there, even encrypted information. But is there anybody that's going to get that information other than our alphabet people? No, not even anonymous. Okay. Um, are they gonna like be able to retrieve anything usable? No. And was it done properly, or was it like maintained poorly? No, it was done right. Yes, it was a private server, uh, but it was a private server. It wasn't Signal Chat or whatever, some app on the thing that this asswipe does twice, with national security. And way more than classified, y'all. I worked on an installation where our lunch, what we were going to have for lunch, was considered classified. What we did on a daily basis was so far above that. Um, in But what Trump stole was even above that. There were some documents that were never meant to ever be let out. And the only way I can think of it is it had to have been some kind of a probe or a sting or something, or he just had some really high up, truly evil people working with him in his first administration, that really wanted to see the America destroyed from the inside out. They wanted to see nuclear weapons proliferated around the world, that kind of thing. Truly evil people, that had no intention of upholding the Constitution or anything like that. Um, in that case, yeah, there probably was people like that, or stupid enough to get him what he asked for. If you had the clearance, because the president really doesn't. He has the ability to launch the missiles, but he doesn't know how they're built. That's just not information that's shared. Um, and though there's no reason for him to know, I wouldn't really think that he could pour piss out of a boot without the label, without the instruction being printed on the heel. But that's just me. Okay, I don't think of him as a smart human being. I think of him as a real estate developer. My mom was a real estate broker, and she was unethical. That's just to say it lightly. She would tell you exactly what you wanted to hear to make the sale. That's the way that's the way it works, y'all. When they develop a piece of land, is it the very best? No, it's not. It's more than likely the piece of shit, and they just put a lot of topping on it, and make you feel better about buying it. That's what it comes down to. But is he a business genius? Would I want, as much as I love and adore my mother, okay, rest her soul, she's passed away a long time now. Would I want her to run the country? Oh, fuck no. No, she was a great mom. She was a great, but to run the country? No, that's not what no, she's not into that. My mom was a little bit brash like Trump is what I'm trying to get at. And not near, but a little. And in that alone, I wouldn't want her to represent the country. In this Homer Simpson's chimpanzee symbol bashing idiot, because if you can imagine what's going on in Homer Simpson's brain, that is what Trump is doing on a daily basis. That monkey crashing symbols. Is there a way to do trade? Yeah, there is, y'all, but it's delicate balances. You can't go in there like a raging toddler hopped up on drugs, swinging a ball bat in a glass shop. That's exactly what we have. He's a maniac. Should he be arrested and deported or whatever? Just like the people that he's putting in Guantanamo or the El Salvadorian prison and stuff like that. You betcha. He should be first one at Guantanamo, and all his little following should go right with him. So he can be the president, and they can elect the village idiot their king. That's, yep. Wow, is he something? And is this going to go away tomorrow? No, y'all. Please don't ever think that even if he was removed today, it would still take decades to fix the damage, if it was even repairable. The whole thing he's been trying to push up is this BRICS coin, or the BRICS agreement. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. It's why Elon Musk is on. It's the whole reason is right in that little bit right there, y'all. I lost where I was going with that. Oh yeah, like where he put tariffs on the farmer, or he put them on China, but China put for importing soybeans. Well, that comes from right here, and I know a guy. Is what I'm trying to get at. Not even a guy of a guy. I know of a guy. A big Trump fellow. And I want you to be like him. Is what I'm trying to get at. Because he voted. This is back in 2016, like 2018. He put the tariffs on there. Crashed this guy. He drove him out of business. And at least he says, don't blame somebody else for what your guy has done. And that's all I'm asking y'all. Even if you're the anarchists that want to burn it to ash, okay, don't blame somebody else for what you have done. Don't blame something else for what your guy has done. And Trump is guilty of all this. He's going to burn the nation to ash. Really, it's like a forest fire, and if we escape, we might be lucky. That's where we're at. This is way out of control. There's no upside to what the lunatic has done. And I get that because the VA always wants me to see the upside of being paralyzed by the lunatic meddling I can't even put her in words. She was chief of something. Chief, it said, chief of something on her thing. I don't remember who. She's inconsequential. I'm just paralyzed for life. This is not like rape. You can't wash this off. it's not just a bad. I wake up like this in this nightmare every single day of my life. If this nightmare would end, I would be thrilled. Okay, but do I want to for the headlines to read, oh, suicide, or, like Marilyn Monroe found naked or found in the news? No, I don't want to commit suicide. I don't want to do any of that. I served with honor, and I'd like to die with honor and dignity, is what I'm trying to get at. Do I want to make what the people who didn't vote, who chose to stay home and are now raging against Trump? Hey, that's on y'all. I voted. My conscience is clean. I'm good. I tried my best, is what I'm trying to get at. My best advice for anybody who's out there doing these riots and stuff: leave your cell phone at home, because they are going to start using it to track you, is what I'm trying to get at, and identify you, and charge you. This is the same guy that his base is okay with Americans being railroaded out of the country and stuck in a prison because they offend the Orange Messiah. If that's your guy, great. But realize that at some point he's going to ask you to drink the Kool-Aid, or whatever other thing that Jim Jones kind of carnival cult leaders do. Okay, this is the same thing. It's going to happen to y'all too. So don't think that it's not, or don't think that you're the exception, or whatever. Just like the guy up here with the soybeans. Like one of the rare people I knew in Colorado that grew soybeans is what I'm trying to get at. A lot of stuff is grown out here, a lot of potatoes and stuff. But don't blame the other guy for what you've done. That's a good. That was spot on. And I don't know, y'all. Like I said, even if he was removed tomorrow, that does not make this magically go away. At a bare minimum, we buy like 40%. At a high, we buy about 80% from China, from either Chinese components going into other things that we buy from other countries, or China directly itself. But about 80% of our economy is based off of cheaper labor in other countries. China buys 15% from us, mostly like stuff to feed their people. They can buy that from other countries like Brazil and get that acronym BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. As long as China's feeding their people, they're happy. They don't care where they buy their soybeans or chicken feet from. They just don't care. And can they sell what little bit that we buy from them of their total? Okay, we only buy about 15% of their total output. We're not like 85%. We're not some. We may be the biggest country, but we only are about 15% of China's capacity, is what I'm trying to get at. In the trade war, we're going to lose badly, y'all. Not a little bit, badly. In a military scuffle, it would be really ugly. I mean, I would hate to be on either side of that. I really would. Socially, they're going to kick our ass. So 2 out of the 3, we're not going to come out on top. Just not going to happen. Yeah, this is very bad. Not there's no upside to what he's done. And sorry, y'all, just no upside. Give me a second. I got to open the door because I'm cooking in here. I can't quite do it. All right, we're back, y'all. I had to open up the front door. We're gonna have to listen to the roosters and them goofy bastards crow. But I couldn't breathe in here. The concrete that's right here is that's 3 yards. I don't even know what that is in weight. But and 1 minute, I got to do something different. Okay, we're back again. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Like I was saying, this section over here is, except for like the most cloudy part of the winter, is I dump heat into over this direction is a hot water tank is and then it goes through the floor with the PEX tubing and all that. And so I've been raising the temperature up, and that's where I'm at right now. I really shouldn't have lit the fire, and it's only like little kindling sticks in there, and it run me out real fast this morning. So I apologize about that. Um, and I apologize for getting off track or whatever, and or off script. And I don't do scripts, so I wish I need one to stay on focus. Product of two, category 4 head injuries. I get lost sometimes in my own thoughts. And like I always said, y'all, I'm not educated. I'm not none of those things. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Look into it yourself twice over, kind of thing. But do it with an open mind. Is all I'm saying. Just do it with an open mind. It is almost daylight out there, but I opened up the wrong door. I got a door behind me as well, and that's the one I should have opened. But normally the cat is at that door, and then he'll start screaming louder and louder. Except fooled me. I opened up the wrong door, and he was right there, ready to be, like attend to me now. And the wild part is he has a bowl of food that stays full in front of him 24 hours a day. And bless his heart if that bowl is not topped up with fresh cat food. Only one type. It's a fish and chips kind of cat food. But it's the only one he'll eat. Otherwise, he just screams abnormally loud. And can I concentrate? No, I can't. And it's one of the reasons why I'm not married. Or even, like anything more than a weekend relationship kind of thing. I can't handle the distraction. I got enough problems in my life. And then I was deliberately paralyzed by the VA lady up there. She chief of something on her uniform. That's all I know. No name, nothing like that. I could care less. Well, I do care because I'm paralyzed, and you can't wash that away. This isn't like rape. This is being raped every day of my life, and I have to wake up to this every day. And if you don't think that causes dread, oh, you're so wrong. Oh, you're so wrong. Um, yeah, you are so wrong. Um, because do I ever want to wake up? No, no, this is a nightmare I'd never want to wake up to. I couldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Um, just none of it. But enough of me. I don't mean to be crying about me. Like I said, if you voted for this guy, just own up to it and embrace it and say, "Yep, I'm the one responsible for burning the nation to ash." Don't even act like you didn't understand what he was going to do, because every day he screamed tariffs. Every day he screamed racist shit. Every day he screamed this and that. Every day this orange lunatic ranted. Don't pretend like he didn't. Or now that you're like shocked or whatever. Be like the soybean guy. And just say, yep, I'm the one who bankrupted my family. I'm the one who lost my farm. I'm the one who did that. Be like soybean guy. Not all of them. I've heard other ones that want to blame everybody underneath the sun except for the orange messiah. And for all those Jim Jones wannabe people, this guy's going to ask you to drink the Kool-Aid at some point. It's just what cult leaders do. Well, y'all, I don't got much more, and I've done this several times, and I don't want to do it again, so I'm just going to cut it off here. It's been going good up here. Other than that, we got all the excess solar dumping into the hot water, and that's a problem while I was cooking in here with just a little bit of fire. Them are just twigs, and it run me out real quick. Is the concrete right now is at 90.7 degrees, so that is like 75, almost 80 degrees, at least 75. With the door open, it'd probably be 75. 80 degrees with the door shut. And again, like I said, I should not have lit the fire because it was overkill. And or I had the door open to begin with. But again, I thought the cat was at one door, and I thought it was safer to go the other way, and wrong. But it's all good. Y'all have a big day, and I wish you the best. Like I said, leave your phones at home so the last place, the last tower that the SIM chip has been registered through is your local address. Take a burner with you if you're going to go and feel bad about what you've done about not voting. Yeah. And for all the people that think that it's okay for Americans to be whisked off to jail at the discretion of their orange messiah, you're next. Just remember that. Putin in the 90s, we put him into this, but he used his fringe lunatics to blow up apartment buildings and all that, and then he turned on them. This is exactly what Trump is going to do to you. No different. He's using you right now to cause the chaos that he's comfortable with. And then the second that you're not useful, or the second that you're a threat, or the second that you want to say, hey, we had your back, now you have ours, he's going to turn on you. Underneath the bus, you're going to go, man. But you know that, I know that. When it comes down to it, don't pretend like you didn't. That's all. Okay, we're going to drop this and leave it here. I'd say hopes and prayer, but that's about as much as you're going to get for the economy. I really hope that he doesn't get his hope about getting rid of Jerome Powell, the Fed guy. He's literally the only thing that's keeping foreign investment in our bonds at this minute. He's the only voice of sanity in our current administration, and that's scary because he was appointed by Trump. He is Trump guy. Yeah, we're not doing good. And like I said, even if he was removed today, we wouldn't recover from this for decades to come. This is permanent. He is an orange stain on us forever. Like Hitler was a stain on Germany, Mussolini and all these other people were a stain on their country. He is our stain, and we will never get rid of that, y'all. No amount of Tide, no amount of Dawn is ever going to get rid of this stain. So, okay, guys, y'all have a big one. I'm going to post this video, and we'll go from there. And again, I appreciate y'all, share, subscribing, and all that kind of happy jazz. And even while you follow, don't understand that. Just a hillbilly from the woods, dude. That's all I am. And like I said, uneducated, overly opinionated. Take everything I say with salt, and probably a lot of it. Okay, talk to you then.